Welcome you all. I think it says we're live. So let me see if this is even going to work, man. I'm trying something entirely new today. I got no idea what's going on. There may be all kinds of crazy feedback happening. I wanted to do a little tarot and unboxing and see if this was going to work. So far, it sounds okay. It sounds like it might actually work. So let's waste no time. Let's get right in there. Fuck, that didn't work. I lost connection on my StreamYard. Let's see if this will reconnect. Try again. We've got a brand new tarot box, guys. It's still in the bag. It says you're in the show. Everyone can see and hear you, but I can't see the chat. Let me see if chat with everyone in the studio. Oh, that's kind of weird. Let's see what we got here. So we're dealing with a brand new box of tarot cards. And this is not reloading up here on the StreamYard. This is kind of a fun thing, guys. Like I got my little camera set up over here on my side. Then I've got my laptop open and I've got my phone going to get the feedback. My phone is low on power right now, so we'll see if it'll stick with us for a little while. Let me see if I can find a knife to open this tarot box. I had a knife in here, but I can't find it now. Wonder if it's in here. Nope. Maybe it's in this one. Not the one I wanted, but it's a knife nonetheless, right? So when in a pinch, just use what works. So here we are, guys. Egyptian tarot, brand new. Quite a thing. We're going to see what it looks like. Got a little fruit knife here. Kind of slicing into it. Get some ASMR on there. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, my God. Oh, can you hear that? Can you hear that? Oh. I think they cut me for a second. Let's get that thigh out of the camera shot, man. They might not appreciate that. Comes with this little velveteen bag, And then there's the box. U.S. Games, 22 major arcana and 56 minor arcana. Egyptian tarot on the front. Side angle's got a QR code on it. Let's see if that light glare changes at all if I switch the color. There's a yellow. There's a blue. Which one's better? That one? I still think it's that's a little bright. Might be that one. Might be that one's better, huh? On the back, there's the god Ra, Amun-Ra, yeah. On the side, not real clear, man. Kind of washed out images. Bottom's just a little folded tucky-do material. smooth, kind of waxy. Pop it open. There's the cards. I did a nice one with my daughter the other day that is in video form, and I haven't uploaded yet. Kind of smells like paper, I guess. It is what it is. The backs of the cards, let's see here. What do we got? The backs of the cards are like a sun disk. 4 of them going up, 4 of them going down. Oh. The front, the head of the card. What we got there? The God, I wish I had some glasses handy. Just so happens I do, right? Okay, so the first one we're looking at here is the Ace of Swords. Not great printing, not great material, not a great image. It's kind of got a bit of a gloss. It's got it in German. Aus der Schweizer, Schwerter. Zwaden aus. Also die Spade. Ace of Swords. So it's got it in several languages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 6 different languages. We've got Spanish, As de Espadas, and then I believe Italian, Asso di Spade, then maybe French, then German, and probably, I don't know, Norwegian or something. I like this Ace of Spades. It's just a single dagger, and it's got on one side there's a couple of cobras. One's wearing a kind of 10-gallon cap, and the other one's wearing like your classic Egyptian mitre cap. So very nice. I like it. I like it a lot. The two of swords just follow suit with the same exact style of dagger and less imagery. And then it just says Schwata, Schwatas Vaden. So 2 swords. Or it just says swords, I guess. Schwata and Zvaden. Spad or espadas. So they're calling these the spades in the other languages, but they're calling them straight swords in English and German. Kind of a fun thing. Let's look through them real quick. The see if I can do this without knocking the camera. All right. Got it. My battery's low. So they just kind of follow suit. There's not a lot of additional imagery here. We've got an Eye of Horus, 5 of Swords, just kind of adds the eye imagery. 6, a little Anubis boat down there at the bottom. A boot for the Canadians, right? There's a boot. A boat for Americans. Das Boot. For the Deutschers, the Germans, we've got the 7. Yeah, so the 8. The 8's got an alligator in it. That's kind of a fun thing, right? They're all very simplistic. They're almost like the 10 pip cards are reminiscent of your classic playing cards. So not a lot there, not a lot there. The Knave, Knight, Queen, and King. The Knave, Knight, King, and Queen have got a bit more something going on. The Knave's kind of at work, right? Young apprentice. The Knight's on horseback. The Queen looks feminine. She's got a bit of a tush, right? Got kind of a dumpy keister. That's a nice thing. And then the King, Kong der Schwerter. Schwerter. King of Swords. All right, looks good. I like them. They're not bad, right? They're just like classic plain Egyptian tarot imagery. Looking good. Just checking the chat, guys. See if anybody's out there in Happy Land. Ace of Wands. We've got kind of that hook and crook. Almost like pull the fella off stage left, right? Exit stage left with a nice falcon there. More hieroglyphs. I'll investigate and see if I can figure out how to read those hieroglyphs. I've never read them. Eye of Ra, bit of a flower. Oh, Kephara, the beetle-headed god of the night on the 4 there. 4 of Wands. Does that make sense to have that there? Don't know. More of the same. Anubis is on the 6. Lily Wands on the 8. Another scarab on the 9. And then the 10 is almost like that vortex of when Osiris was rebuilt by his wife. That's an interesting thing. So those are there, looking good, right? Good magic. Hail unto thee who art Ra in thy rise, even unto thee. See if we could tip that camera up a bit. Even unto thee who art Ra in thy strength. Quick drink to Ra. Maybe hit the wooden fish a bit, all right? Yeah. Hit the wooden frog a bit. Okay. So as we get into the Knave of Wands, again, at work in the temple, Knights on a horse. So it shows that young, industrious energy of princesses, or it calls it a knave, page cards, right? The queen, another lovely queen on her throne, king just standing there getting busy. So those were the wands, guys. It went from wands, it went from swords to wands. Kind of a thing, right? Let's keep with the theme. Now we've got the pentacles. The pentacles are all entirely something different, right? Like a whole kind of new thing going on here with the Ace of Pentacles. Kind of a fun thing. Red and green and yellow, some symbol there I'm unfamiliar with. Wow. And then the 2 of Pence gets right into the baboon, right? For a symbol of the god of magic, Tahuti, the baboon. Then we've got another falcon of some kind, maybe even a cockerel, perhaps, right? On the 3 of Pence there, the 4 of Pence, pair of cobras, and a pair of lotus flowers, or possibly opium poppies, right? Continuing with the same lotus-like pentacle theme, Eye of Ra or Horus, and a couple of cobras on the 5. The 6, the 7, hieroglyphs, that boat again showing up on the 8. The eye, there's the scarab on the 10. And they're calling it in German, they're calling it Munten or Munzen. The pentacles are called Munzen. Zen Munzen. Let's have a look at these. Let's have a look at these court cards. Why don't we do that? Me and you together. Welcome back, Wayfarer. Hope you're doing well. I just kind of launched into this one today because I didn't know how this camera was going to function. Like if I could actually do this, stream from the phone into the laptop, then over the internet. And you know, it is what it is. It's kind of a thing. There is another pentacled knave or page at work in the temple, getting shit done. They all follow that same thing. Very simplistic. Again, very simplistic as an Egyptian themed deck. I could have done better myself. I'm going to have to research and find out who did this. I'm not overly impressed. I'm not at all. From an artistic perspective, I hope you're doing well out in Happy Land tonight, Wayfarer. Another night on a horse. I like the queens. The queens have satisfied, right? They haven't failed to satisfy. I like those Egyptian queens. They're almost naked from like the belly down. Each of them practically revealing their own lotus flower of life, right? Kind of a nice thing. The kings aren't bad either. King of Pentacles, good looking guy. All right. You know, the thing with tarot and artists endeavor to create a tarot deck, it's always the major arcana. So we're just making our way through the minor arcana right now, and we're going with first impressions and feedback and just exploring the cards together. It's an unboxing video, right? That's what it says, I think, on the title there, right? New tarot deck unboxing and free 1-card readings. So if you need a card, let me know in the chat box and we'll make that happen. Frank Monday on a Monday coming at you, right? All right, so now we're on the chalices. There's the Ace of Cups. Not sure if you can see that. Let's see. Maybe we'll flip it that way, flip it that way. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. You can see that ring light in the background, man. That thing's fucking annoying, huh? Yeah, these ones are all kind of reminiscent of Osiris's rebirth. We'll go one by one. Yeah, they're looking good. Almost creating like a fountain-like effect. There's a vulture. 5 of Cups there, looking good. 6. Again, very simplistic artistic style in these. Very simplistic. Quality of the cards isn't great. Again, these are bootlegged. They're not OG, so they're not representative of what you would actually get from US games. But I got to pick up half a dozen decks for one low price, right? I think we're about petered out here on the we got the court cards. Oh, the Knight of Chalices is a very feminine card. So this one works well for either male or female, almost in an Adonai type character with a fan and on horseback. Very nice. Then you might expect the queen to be a little more masculine, and you would be right. They've got the Queen of Cups, a little more masculine than the king, and the king is a bit effeminate. So that's kind of a thing, right? That's nice. All right, guys. Finally, we've made it. I know you've been waiting for it, and here it is, the major arcana. Let's look at them one by one, see if we can do anything to correct this lighting. Maybe if I roll that back a bit and then push that down a bit. Is that going to work? Is that going to do it for you? You guys see that gourd in the background? That's a giant bottle gourd I grew about 15 years ago. I got tired of growing them because people were always stealing my shit. Little memento mori there for you. Let's get them on a better angle. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Let's hit the fish. You guys want to see the fish? I know you've been asking about the fish, right? You've been thinking about it. It's not actually a fish. This one's like an alligator, but it's always called a wooden fish because most of them are created in the style of a fish. This one looks like it's more created in the style of a lizard or an alligator, and it kind of has to be on a surface that will allow it to resonate, but it comes with a little handle that goes in its mouth, right? And it's for keeping pace in meditation. So you set it in front of you. I guess that sounds pretty good. And you chant your mantras as you pound it. Yeah. So I'll cut that happy horse shit out. Let's get into these major arcana, guys. Major arcana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22 major arcana. All right. Aleph, Beth, Gimel, Daleth, Hey, Vowel, Zain, Chet, Tet, Yud, Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Noon, Off, Ryan, Paeth, Zadi, Lamed. No. I fucked up my count, man. That's okay. We'll just forget about it for now. Not a lot of people watching. So if you watch this now or later, don't criticize old Frank Monday for fucking it up. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that first card. See, that's not even really helping. See, maybe if we turn it down a bit. Yeah, that might help a little bit. Maybe if I just turn it off entirely, will there still be enough light? Let's see. And now we've got kind of a reflection from, all right, that might be a little better, right? There's the Fool. He's got an alligator in place of a dog. He's got a staff and a satchel. Nah, that's not much better. Yeah, so there it is there. Then we've got the magician, and the magician's green, eh? He's got an altar with some tools, implementations of the trade, tools of the trade. Hey, Sophie Daisy May is in the house. Good to see you. Welcome to the Ideas Room. We're looking at a new tarot deck called the Egyptian Tarot, and we're currently looking at the High Priestess. And there she is there. She's got a couple of pillars and then a robed secreting away of the rota, the wheel of law, you know? Kind of a nice thing. The crescent moons are not on her diadem, but they're kind of offset, one above her and one off to the side. Good to see you. Welcome. Good to have you here, Sophia Daisy May. Have you been keeping up with old Jack Talcott over in Happy Land, over in Talcadia? I know he's been up to some good magic. It's kind of something you can appreciate. Trying to get that little memento mori back there, keeping it in action. Can we see the yeah, make sure everything's kind of in view. Where are we at here? We should be up to the Emperor. Aries, first card of the Zodiac, looking good. Big fiery halo behind him. No, that was not the Emperor. Where am I at here? Let me see here. That's the Empress. My bad. So we've got the Fool, the Magician, High Priestess, Empress. Wow. you could kind of see why I might have thought that was the Emperor, but look at those breasts, succulent bare breasts with nipples sticking straight up to the sun. That's kind of a, looks like she's holding both a snake and like an eagle or a raven or maybe a falcon of some sort. Really powerful card there. I like it a lot. Again, the Empresses, the female cards, as opposed to the masculine cards. Here's a masculine card, the Emperor. The masculine ones seem to be more effeminate, and then the feminine cards seem to be more masculine. That doesn't necessarily hurt my feelings, right? Here's the Hierophant. Again, a much more effeminate masculine style. The Lovers. Yeah, you can really, wow. The Lovers has got a bunch of different stuff going on. I'll be looking at this one in a little more depth later on. The Chariot. Looking good. I like it. I like it a lot. It's very nice. Egyptian style. I got to figure out a better way to set this camera, man, so that this works appropriately. I'll figure this stuff out, man. I'm in the new apartment, and I'm just now kind of getting into it and getting my bearings. The Hermit, the Wheel. Wow, the Wheel is interesting. Wheel of Fortune. Strength. Oh, it has it in the Crowley order. So let's go back to card 8 and see what they've got there. Yeah, they've got Justice. So they've got it in the order of the Tahuti deck, where they supplement Justice and Lust for Life. Let me kind of try to pull some of these comments up on the screen for you guys so you can see what's going on, so you can see what I see. All right. We'll get these guys mixed up here in a minute, man. We'll shuffle them up and see what they've got to offer. Yeah, once again, Sophia says she was led to burn her tarot cards a while back. Just didn't feel right anymore for me. But I don't judge those who use that modality. That's between them and God. Yeah, good. I appreciate that. The nurturing feminine. When I was in 5th grade studying the Egyptian culture, always fascinated me. Good magic. I'm going to appreciate that. Not 5th grade, 6th grade. I studied Egyptian culture in the 3rd grade. 2nd grade was Greek culture. Where did we get up to? 11. Yeah, I had a bit of an advanced teacher. She taught us the Greek alphabet in the 2nd grade. I had her for 2nd and 3rd. She taught us Hebrew and Latin in the 3rd grade. Okay, so Strength, Lust for Life, card 11. 12's the Hanged Man. 13 is the Death, and it's got Anubis, very appropriate. Nice, I like that. They did well there. Temperance, 14. Some sort of angelic figure. Not sure who that is. I'll have to find out. Maybe you know more about this than I do then, Sophia May. You may, in fact, know all of your Egyptian pantheon. 15, their devil is like a bit of a dragon. Looks like I froze. Yeah, and the phone is about to die, so we'll have to switch over. You got two. It says I got 20 minutes left on the phone. 16, the tower is like a blasted Egyptian like a pyramid, a blasted pyramid. I like that. 17 is the star, and it's got a bit of a tetrahedron, right? And then it shows the water and land in a type of 2-dimensional assemblage. It looks like everything kind of froze here on YouTube. So let me see if I can reboot, guys. 18, the moon, very simplistic. Lots of hieroglyphs on there. Again, I'll have to try to kind of get in there and see if I can figure out what some of these hieroglyphs are. 19, the sun, with a beautiful feminine image, and then all of the sun rays coming down. Quite lovely. Final Judgment with Anubis and probably Osiris resurrected would be my guess. And then finally, the world card with a lot of imagery I don't really get. Yeah. So it's going to have to be something that I'm going to have to look into. We've got the major arcana, guys, and we've disconnected from the internet. I'm going to shuffle these up and see how this deck is going to treat me. What kind of deck? What should this deck be used for? Heaven and earth, divine spirits and ancient masters, your son approaches you by the light of the North Star. Please give me guidance via the major arcana of the tarot as to what purpose this deck should serve in my development. Aleph Bet Gimel Dalet Hey Vav Zayin Chet Yed Kaf Lamed Mem Nun. Why am I forgetting? Doesn't matter. It's okay. I have to just get back in there and re-encode it. Right? Alpha, beta, delta, gamma, epsilon, zeta, theta. Probably off on my Latin too. Or Greek rather. I think that's a pretty good shuffle. Let's give them a little bit of a whirl in this direction. See if that internet ever reconnected. No, it didn't. Let me disconnect that. And then let me try to reconnect via a different platform. It says it's trying. Holy art thou, Lord of the universe, the vast and the mighty one, creator of heaven and earth, maker of all things visible and invisible. We adore thee and we invoke thee. Send us one of your divine spiritual agents, our holy guardian angel, to protect and guide us through the innumerable snares of the earthly sphere, and a cleansing wind to disperse all negativity and endless human opinion. Teach us those secret things which we must know for the completion of the great work and the glory of thine ineffable name, Adonai. Amen. All right, Lord of the universe, what should the primary purpose of this deck be for in my development? Respond to me via the system of the tarot. I will accept this response, whether it shows me good fortune or misfortune. I'm going to cut right there and then draw the top card. An Emperor deck. Wow. And due to the fact that a lot of these masculine cards are somewhat effeminate, I can see this as a quadrated starting deck, right? Emperor is Aries on the zodiacal procession. The Emperor in the major arcana represents the Tetragrammaton or Jehovah. And so this is going to be a deck of cultivation to the one true God, Jehovah, right? The Zeus type character that preceded the Trinity. So all energy in Keter and in the crown, right at or about there, Chokmah and Bina oscillating, more of a Chokmah type deck, right? Wisdom and understanding. So a deck that will serve my spiritual journey towards understanding. I will use it for spiritual inquiries alone. So there you have it there, man. It's good magic. I can appreciate it. Let's see. This looks like it's reconnected on my phone. So I will be able to double check and see if I'm connected. Heaven and earth, divine spirits and ancient masters, your son thanks you. In the name of the one true God, the Almighty, Yahweh, Adonai, Agela, Elohim, Ata, Malkut, Vegubra, Vegudla, Leola, Amen. All right, we're going to give it a nice little cleansing shuffle. Ooh, they're nice. They got a little bit of stick to them. Maybe it's the weather. The weather's extremely dry right now. We're going to go with three cleansing shuffles. And thank you for sticking around, Sophia May, to explore the new Egyptian deck with me. There's the second shuffle. Go with the third. You can kind of feel like, again, they're a bootleg deck, so there's a bit of a cheap feel to them, a bit of a cheap quality. I would get I'm just looking through and exploring decks, and that's why I've been buying these bootlegged ones, because I want to see if I really resonate with the deck. And then if I do, I'll have the better one shipped from the US or Hong Kong or the UK or something, or I'll pick it up when I'm traveling. But I haven't necessarily dialed in on one that I really resonate with. I like the Toth deck, the Crowley Toth deck, but it's not might not be exactly what I'm looking for. I'm going to get in there and get about a dozen more decks. Ooh. Well, something popped out of the deck right there. Let's see what that is. Let's see what's going on with that. What was that? The Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, that's kind of a nice thing, huh? The Queen of Pence, they are providers of nurturing and tenderness. They might not be as readily available, more independent than, say, like cups or wands. But as an earth sign, we're looking at all of the possible earth signs, our Tauruses, Virgo, and Capricorn. Oh, maybe Rose 777 is thinking about me. She's a Taurus, right? I love Adonai, which also means Christ. That's right. Adonai means our Lord. And so in my prayer, the adoration of Abraxas, I say just that very thing, right? Adonai is the way I call out to the Christ energy. The Son. Yeah, so I pointed out the Tetragrammaton to me, man, the old Yahé Vahe. I like it a lot. I can appreciate it. All right, guys, I'm not going to use this particular deck for any readings right now, but I've got some other decks handy. As you can see, they're on the table. I drew the Page of Pentacles this morning for myself, which is an industrious, hardworking card. An investigator, someone who wants to get involved in the world via the materialistic nature of things, and getting financial things done. I spent 12,000 yuan, which is how much? About $2,000 on a tuition fee that I had to pay. So in the last couple of months for my son and my daughter, I've spent about 20 grand in 20,000 in tuition fees, uh, which is kind of a thing. You know what I mean? Dumping money like that. And it's money ain't worth that much anymore. I could have, that 20 grand could have gotten me a single trip to the UK to see Iron Maiden on their 50th anniversary tour. But instead, it's going to get me a year of high school academy for my son and then a year of college for my daughter. Just tuition. They're just making you pay your gate fees, man, to move forward. It's not like it's really worth that much. They're not even organizing all of the things correctly, per se, in my opinion. I could organize their studies better myself, but then they wouldn't have an accredited degree, right? They would just have the knowledge. But it is what it is, you know. I'm just happy that I can pay those fees without going into debt, right? Looks like this one disconnected again. That's okay. I'm going to drop this camera, guys, because I'm done with exploring the deck on this side. And then I'll pop on this camera over here and see if the transfer over will work. Bear with me. All right, pop that camera on. All right, all right, all right. That should have worked. Not sure. That phone is about to die. Your phone is about to die, Frank Monday. Pop up that light off. I think that went all right, guys. I think it did. I really do. I wasn't looking for a master class in. I wasn't really looking for a master class in internet presentation. I was just kind of trying to review a deck with you, with everyone out there in Happy Land, with you all. And I think we're good. I think we're good to go. I need to pop this phone onto its charger and check to see if anyone messaged me during that, because it looks like possibly my daughter might have messaged me. My wife, let me respond to her. I'm studying online and I got this, getting the spaghetti ready for the kids and organizing my things for tomorrow. That's all. She has a bit of a tendency to be kind of a pain in the ass. She probably knows that I'm live streaming. I'll be back at 8 or 9. I'm still playing. That's my daughter. Okay, let me know when you're going to get here, honey. I love you. Yeah, I can just kind of lie about that for a second. It's all right, you know. Just do what you're gonna do. If it requires a little bit of deception, the thing is, like, I never really bother other people when they're engaged in something, and this is absolutely the first opportunity I've had to have a break and chill and do a little live streaming. And of course, as soon as I've been waiting for, I don't know how long now, going on 2 weeks to do just a tiny bit of live streaming. And no matter how diligent I've been, no matter how much work I've done, as soon as I try to do that, then absolutely everyone's going to jump in my face and say, hey, do this for me, do that for me. How about this? How about that? And it's like, fuck, can I not have a break? Can I not have a couple of minutes to breathe and chill? Yeah. You're really right about that, Sophia May. Like, you have to set boundaries. And I do this too. I tell them, if the door's shut and the door's locked, or if I'm doing something else, I only do it a couple of times a week at best, maybe a couple of times a month, then just please let me have that. Because at this point in my life, it's really the only social outlet that I have. And wow. But that's the sacrifice you make for having and raising a family. And, you know, trying to spend most of your time working to provide for them. Oh, and I agree with you, Sophia. You need to set boundaries. Every individual needs to have their own boundaries, even with family. Otherwise, the motherfuckers will just wear you out. So I'm going to be setting this up. Do you need a card? Sophia, I know you've given up on the tarot, but that doesn't mean Frank Monday can't read for you. So if you'd like a single universal card for general energetic alignment to see what's going on, I'd be more than happy to pull one for you. I did title this free one card readings. So if anybody's interested in a card, it looks like you're the only one in the ideas room tonight, Sophia. So thank you for that. I hope you have a great day. May the Lord thy God, the Lord our God, protect and guide you through the snares of the earthly sphere. Okay. Or yeah, you say you having it. Wow, I cut to the magician. That's good magic. I like that shit. Good, nice power coming out of Keter, right? Straight into Hokmah. Wisdom and understanding. Heaven and earth, divine spirits and ancient masters, your daughter has a question. General energies for Sophia. Please respond to us through the system of the tarot. We will accept this response whether it shows good fortune or misfortune. Looks like you've been having some nostalgic childhood memories coming back to you. Maybe they're based on someone that's left your life, either physically or spatially, in the recent present time. The idea is to stay focused on your own work and don't let that drag you down. Look at that. I cut to the magician again. It shows good power here. So yeses to any yes, no questions. Cut to the world there. Let's go ahead and get that card out of there. We'll do a tetragrammaton cut. So we'll go with the Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. And we'll draw from water, or earth rather. Earth energies, the realm of the emotions. Oh, nice. Earth and earth. So we've got a reinforcing on the Four of Pentacles. I drew it on the final Hey of Yod Hey Vav Hey. So we have that time to hold tight to the monies. Don't let go. Don't do too much willy-nilly free spending. It shows that you might be being a little miserly at this time, but it also shows a possible windfall or slight inheritance coming your way. It also shows that you might be inundated with funds that you were not expecting to appear, but at the same time, it does show some need to manage these resources effectively and to square things away as they were, right? We've got our fours, which is a reinforcement of what I drew on my Egyptian deck, the Emperor. So we've got the Emperor in Earth here at a minor level. So it's not going to be a huge thing, but definitely something to keep in mind. Wow, and the Wheel of Fortune was on the bottom of the deck. So there you go. Buy a lottery ticket, right? You might win $50. Good energy there. I like that. I like that a lot. Again, don't think that being frugal is necessarily indicative absolutely of stinginess, because that's not true. But it does show that you should be more reserved, and others might perceive you as a bit of a cheapskate at this time. But if you live your life based on what other people think about you, then you're always going to have some kind of trouble there, right? I do see a bit of breakup here on the internet, and I'm gonna burn myself with JP Farrell. It's spot on. I'm caring for an elder in my family, and she has placed me in her will. I'll have to pay off all her bills, etc. However, there may be some remaining after her passing. Yeah, there is going to be some leftover, but it doesn't look like it's a lot. And the message there is to manage it effectively, and it seems like it's an additional thing, so it shouldn't be a huge concomitant for you to do that. But I would say that the advice from the tarot there is to be frugal and manage it with responsibility. Yeah, good magic. And if anybody else out there in Happy Land, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the camera for a second, guys, because I have to move about and I have to charge the phone. Sorry about that. Also, not only do I have to charge that phone to make sure that I'm getting the messages I need, but I also have to plug in this other microphone so that we can possibly get some better sound reception. I think that's going to work really well too. And then we're pushing into 8:15. Okay, blessings to you. I really appreciate you being here, Sophia Daisy May, and I hope I've in some small way been of service to you. With that said, if you could hit the like button, that would be appreciated. Much love. And with you heading out, I might as well go ahead and head out too, because I only like to hang around if there's a feedback loop, and I've got folks here to chat with. Yeah, take good care of yourself. Blessings to you. God bless you. May the Lord keep and guide you. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna make that spaghetti like I told my wife I was doing. If she shows up, she'll be like, "Hey, why didn't you make spaghetti and garlic bread?" But I don't think it will. But it is what it is, you know. Much love to you, Sophia Daisy May, and much love to everyone that tuned in tonight. I hope you guys appreciated the new tarot deck opening. That is the Egyptian deck. I'm going to be digging into it a little more. I'm glad I had the opportunity to stop by and say hi to everyone. Make sure you guys check out that old wishy-washy dish soap. This week it's coming with a free wishy-washy washcloth. So you might want to pick up a 5-pound box and look for that 20% discount coupon in your Sunday paper. Wishy-washy dish soap by Frank Monday. And until next time, Wayfarer, keep on doing good magic, and I'll see you in the abodes of the future. Much love and carpe diem. Get out there and seize the day.